Hey, what's going on, guys? We're here Sunday evening on Father's Day. Welcome back to the storage unit. I appreciate it. Had a pretty busy day today, just hanging out with the family and whatnot. So really didn't feel like coming out here. I was pretty tired. I was at home kind of relaxing, but hey, there is no off day for the most part if you're trying to do reselling. So still had to get here to take some pictures of stuff. So I got to get my listing done because I'm doing that every day. You got to list every day, guys. So that's the way it goes. So I've got a total of about $41 in sales going out today, and my cost of goods into those are about $4 altogether. So that is pretty good. So let's get going. I got to say that this past week, though, it's been slow, especially with that disaster with Depop. It's like ever since that happened, my sales have just dropped, which is totally weird. But anyway, what can you do? Let's pull the first order. So we got one of those concert tees going out. And, well, I don't know if it necessarily came from a concert, but it came from a band, I can tell you that. Took me a second to find it. So, we got an Eagles Hotel California shirt going out. This looks like it probably could have came from a concert, I don't know, but it's a pretty nice t-shirt. Into this for a little over $2, and this sold for $11.22 on Mercari. Finally a sale on Mercari. All right, we got an eBay order going out. This item is pretty cool. And actually, the customer just messaged me, and he's asking if there's any defects on it. And I basically said they would have been in the pictures. But he said my photos look like stock photos. Like, that's a pretty good compliment that I take such good pictures that they look like they're just fake ones pulled from the internet. But this is pretty cool. So this is from the movie Aliens. And it's got like blood splatter and everything on it. On the back it says Aliens, nice handle, Aliens on the bottom. But it's got like the alien monster. So like when you're done drinking your coffee, the head is like poking out and it's all red in there. It's pretty weird mug, but I mean, if you're into that, that's a pretty sweet mug. It actually is in really good condition. So I think, if I remember correctly, I paid like $2 or over $2, because I remember thinking I don't like to pay $1 or more for a mug, but I think I paid about $2 for this. But this sold for $17 plus shipping on eBay. Next item was one of my kids' these Adidas pants that I've been listing. Okay, like I said, these were some of my kids that they didn't ever wear, and so we listed them on eBay. Wouldn't know what happened in this. We bought these a long time ago. But these sold for $13 plus shipping. All right. Boy, this weekend went by fast. And not really happy about it, to be honest with you. I like when my weekends go by slow. But tomorrow is Monday. And Monday means it's 75% off day at my local Goodwill. So, I'm not too mad about that. That's pretty awesome. Mercari, New Jersey. So I might we'll definitely go to my local Goodwill, and I might go to that other one on Tuesday that I did this last week too. Probably need more than that. All right, let's go ahead and get our mug wrapped up. Yeah, I don't really buy mugs all that often. It's got to be a specialty mug, like from a movie, from a TV show, something like that. Or Starbucks mugs. Specialty Starbucks mugs sell. So you want to keep an eye out for those. And those, honestly, I come across those at yard sales fairly often. Let's see here. Be better like this. Trying to find the best position for this thing. I guess the other way. Yeah, that'll be all right. Put a thank you card in there. I think I'm going to put some eBay tape around this as well, just to be safe. All right. .6 would be 5 inches. 865 1.6. This is going to Idaho. All right, next item. Got some Adidas pants. Oh, I really don't like those other clear bags that I have in there. I'm glad I'm switched to something else. Just don't like the quality. Too crinkly. They don't fit as well into stuff. So we got 11, 9, we'll say 3. 11, 9, 3, that's a pound. That's 15 ounces. 15 ounces, 11, 9, 3. This is going to MA. Shipping's done. Hey there, what's happening, folks? We're back here at the storage unit Monday night. Just got back from Goodwill. You know how I do my thing here. So I got a pretty good stack of clothes here. We're going to pull some orders too. I am going to show you one thing that I picked up that's kind of a notable brand that I just kind of figured out. I may have heard in the past, but I don't really know. But so I'll show you that in a second. The orders that I'm going to pull are all from eBay. And like I said, if you guys have been watching that disaster I had with Depop, so I'm building my Depop account back up again. So it might be a little bit before I start getting like consistent sales again on that. So, but I am looking forward to it. So I have 3 sales on eBay today. A total of about $97 in sales, and my cost of goods into those items are about $3. So that's pretty darn good. Let me show you that item that I picked up from Goodwill. And I wish I would, because there was 2 of these, and I went back for it and I couldn't find it. And I'm kicking myself in the rear end for it because they can be a pretty good flip. But I remember hearing this brand a while back. There's a couple guys that I watch on TikTok that sell a lot of clothes. K-Way Shop, I think I mentioned him before. And, Chris at Peak. That's what it was. Chris at Peak. And they sell a lot of clothes and stuff. So, but this is a brand, it's called Pendleton. And I looked it up, and it looks like that's a vintage tag comparable to what I see on eBay. So these are vintage women's, like slacks or what have you. But I saw some sold counts for these. I'll put it up here. Anywhere between the $25 to $50 range. So 75% off of $4.80 something. So it was a little over $1 for this. So it was like $1.20, $40, I don't know, something like that. So I'd be totally happy with getting at least $25, maybe even $50 for those. The amount of money that I spent today was $31. So it still puts it in around about the $1.60 range. So that's still a little bit higher than what I have been paying, but I think the main reason too that's up a little bit. I went back in the blanket section, and sometimes I'll pick up these like kind of cartoony blankets. If there's like a name brand one like Pokemon or something like that. But this one was on sale and was still there. So I remember I had to go back for it. But this is Super Mario Odyssey. Came out a while back for the Switch. But that's a pretty cool blanket, isn't it? Look at that thing. So that's pretty neat. It's got Mario's big head on it, the hat and everything. So that's a pretty nice blanket. I'll have to look up, see what this comes up for, but I paid a little over $3 for this. So usually blankets like this can go somewhere around the $20 range, but I'll put the comp up so you can see it. All right, let's pull some orders. Let's get to it. First order going out is in tote U, and it's some Banana Republic slacks. I've gotten better at this, but I need to start writing on the outside of it. The old ones that I started, I didn't have that, so I had to pop it open, make sure I got the right size. So these are Banana Republic size 0 women's slacks. I got these at Goodwill for a little over $1. These sold for $7 plus shipping, and I'm gonna repackage those up. Another item from the same tote, and I already pulled it, were these, and I didn't know Levi ever made slacks. Like dress slacks, but these are called action slacks and they're vintage. Got these at Goodwill for a little over $1. These sold for $15 plus shipping. And then last item was the big one, was a Super Nintendo game. There it is. Wolfenstein 3D for Super Nintendo. Wolfenstein was a big hit. It's a good PC game too, I think. It's kind of like Doom a little bit, but without the aliens, you're killing Nazis. So, but they got Wolfenstein 3D, and this was from my buddy's collection. I don't have anything into this. This sold for $75 plus shipping. That was a good sale. Let's get these packed up. Slide these in here. Key card. £1 on the button. So we got 9, 11, 3, 1 LBS, 9, 11, 3. This is going to California. Levi action slacks. Still amazes me that, like today, I really should have did a better job of, if there's a brand that I come across at eBay, sometimes I look it up, see if they sell. Or like today, I picked up a shirt, and it was just a really good quality shirt. And I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and pick this up because I could just tell by the feel and by the look that this is just a nice shirt. 11.9, same thing, 11.93. 11.93, 14 ounces. 11.93. These are going to Oregon. Now, since this is a $75 game, we're going to put this in a box with bubble wrap. I still have some vintage games. Haven't sold them yet from my buddy's collection here. Not a ton, but maybe I need to drop the price on them because those usually don't stick around too long. That filler in there. Give it a good shake. You want to make sure you don't hear anything rattling around. go. 11 ounces. 8, 6, 4, 11 ounces. The game is going to New Hampshire. Shipping's done. Hey there, what's happening, folks? We're back here Tuesday evening now. I decided not to go to my other Goodwill to pick up some more inventory. I kind of was in a rush, want to get some stuff done, mostly because there's a Indiana Fever game that starts in like 40 minutes. So I want to kind of get home to watch that game. So let's get started. We're just going to pull some orders today. Looks like I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items going out, which is good. I've got 1 on Poshmark, 4 on eBay. Total gross sales today about $53, and my cost of goods into these items are about $5, so that's pretty good. So let's get pulling some orders. Let's start with the Poshmark order first here. We got some J. Crew Flex shorts in tote P, and that'll be right here. All right, some J. Crew. They got kind of a fancy pattern on them or whatever. These are men's shorts, I think. Got these, actually I found them in a women's section at Goodwill. Got these for a little over $1 Goodwill. These sold for $10 plus shipping on Poshmark. All right, next item are some Simply Vera Wang slacks in tote V. All right, so we got some gray slacks here, Vera Wang. Got these at Goodwill for a little over $1, and these sold for $10 plus shipping. Then I got a yearbook that I got at a yard sale. If you watch Cincinnati Picker, really, there's other pickers pick them up as well. They'll buy yearbooks every once in a while, and if they get them cheap. The thing with yearbooks, like, I guess they do sell. I think this is my first one. I may have sold another one. I don't really remember. But, I mean, they sell on eBay, but you sit on them for a while. And a lot of times you can get them super cheap, but they sell for pretty good money. And what I mean by that is, like, more, it's a good return on your investment. Like, it's not a ton of money. But I got this for $1 at a yard sale. This is from East Alton, Illinois. And Cincinnati Picker had a good point that if you can get these cheap enough, you look them up online, and then you see if there's somebody that's famous that went to that school, and then you can advertise, hey, so-and-so, whatever. There was some broadcaster that graduated or went to the school during this year, and he's a celebrity, not really celebrity, but a major broadcaster for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. And so I put that in the listing with the picture and everything like that. I might have helped it sell, but like I said, I sat on this for more than a year. But I paid $1 for it, and it sold for $20 plus shipping. Next item is a basketball card out of my little binder here. And her name is Alyssa something or another. Palissy or something like that. There it is. It's a Kaleidoscope one. It's a rookie card. WNBA. So it's a pretty nice looking card, honestly. But that sold for 99 cents plus shipping. And next item going out is some swimming trunks out of W. So RVCA is a pretty good brand. I don't know what it stands for. But this stuff sells pretty quick. So I got these swimming trunks at Goodwill for a little over $1. These sold for $12 plus shipping. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you today. I really appreciate you coming by the channel, spending some time with me the last few days. So we're going to get back at it. Got to get my pictures done for my listings, and I'm going to get home and I'm going to watch this basketball game. Thanks for coming by the channel, guys. I really appreciate it. Please give me a like and subscribe, all that good stuff, and we will see you guys next time.